The Galactic Academy's lecture hall buzzed with nervous energy as Professor Vekthar, a towering Zentari with crystalline skin, activated the holographic display. 200 students from 40 different species watched as a rotating planet appeared above them, a blue-green marble streaked with white clouds. Earth, the professor announced, his translator converting his clicks into standard galactic. Classification, Death World, Category 9. Your final examination will be a survival simulation based on this planet's environmental conditions. Jake Morrison sat in the back row, as always. The human exchange student had been quiet for the entire semester, barely speaking unless called upon. His classmates, elegant Silurians, methodical Kree, philosophical Mindarians, had written him off as unremarkable. Average grades. No special talents. Just, there. ZYXL, a Silurian with iridescent scales, leaned toward her study partner. A Category 9. That's impossible. Nothing survives Category 9 conditions naturally. Apparently one species does, muttered Kree student Doak, 77, his optical sensors flickering with concern. Though I suspect this is theoretical. No actual death world could produce sentient life. Jake said nothing. He never did. The simulation began at dawn. Students materialized in a dense forest. The gravity hit them first, twice what most species considered comfortable. The Mindarians, gaseous beings in containment suits, immediately struggled. The Kree's mechanical joints whined under the strain. Jake stood up easily, rolled his shoulders, and started walking. Temperature fluctuation detected, announced a Vorton student, consulting her datapad with trembling tentacles. It's dropped 15 degrees in the last hour. At this rate, we'll reach hypothermic conditions by nightfall. 15 degrees. Jake spoke for the first time, his voice startling several nearby students. That's nothing. Just weather. Nothing. ZYXL's scales flushed with alarm. My homeworld's temperature varies by 3 degrees annually. But Jake was already moving through the underbrush with unsettling confidence. He paused at a stream, cupped his hands, and drank directly from it. Stop. Doak 77's voice rose in pitch. That water is unfiltered. The bacterial count alone. It's fine, Jake said, wiping his mouth. Moving water, clear color, no weird smell. Good enough. The first night, 3 students failed the simulation. The cold was unbearable. The darkness absolute. Strange sounds echoed through the forest, simulated predators that made even the bravest species freeze in terror. Jake built a fire. The others watched in fascination as he struck rocks together, caught sparks in dried grass, and coaxed flames into existence. He'd done it in under 2 minutes. How did you learn this? Asked ZYXL, huddling near the warmth. Summer camp. I was 8. You teach children to create combustion. Doesn't everyone? By day 3, Jake had become the group's unspoken leader. When a simulated thunderstorm hit, winds that would be classified as a natural disaster on most worlds, he simply found a cave. When food supplies ran low, he pointed out which plants were edible and which would kill them. These berries, he explained to a skeptical Mindarian, same family as the ones in the cafeteria. Safe. These leaves. Make tea. Good for when ZYXL inevitably gets that cough from sleeping in the damp. I'm not, ZYXL began, then coughed. Her eyes widened. Told you. The real test came on day 5. The simulation introduced a predator, a creature mixing Earth's most dangerous traits. Size of a bear. Speed of a wolf. Intelligence of a primate. It appeared at dawn, scattering the students into panicked flight. All except Jake. He stood his ground, grabbed a sturdy branch, and planted his feet. When the creature charged, he dodged at the last second, bringing the branch down hard on its skull. The creature stumbled. Jake struck again. And again. Until it fled. The simulation paused. Professor Vekthar's voice echoed across the virtual forest. Human student Jake Morrison, please explain your strategy. Jake shrugged, breathing hard. It was big and scary, but it was still just an animal. Animals don't want to get hurt. Hit it hard enough, and it'll decide you're not worth the trouble. You chose to fight, the professor said slowly, a predator 3 times your mass. Seemed easier than running. The lecture hall erupted when the simulation ended. Students clustered around Jake, who looked profoundly uncomfortable with the attention. Your planet is truly Category 9, asked ZYXL, her voice carrying a new respect. I guess. I mean, it's just Earth. It's got weather and animals and stuff. Weather that kills, Doke 77 corrected. Animals that hunt sentience. Gravity that crushes. Bacteria that consume flesh. Your people call this normal. Jake thought about it. Yeah, pretty much. My hometown gets tornadoes sometimes. My brother got bit by a rattlesnake once. Grandpa survived a bear attack. That's just life, you know. Professor Vekthar approached, his crystalline features reflecting rainbow patterns. Mr. Morrison, I owe you an apology. I designed this test assuming humans were exaggerating their world's dangers. I've now accessed Earth's actual environmental data. And your homeworld experiences regular seismic events, atmospheric electrical storms, temperature swings of 50 degrees, predators with neurotoxic venom, insects that carry deadly diseases, and plants that cause agonizing chemical burns. Don't forget hurricanes, Jake added helpfully. And wildfires. Oh, and that one volcano in Yellowstone that could wipe out half the continent. The professor's color shifted to deep purple, the Zentari equivalent of pale. And yet humans consider this pleasant. Well, we vacation there. So, yeah, I guess. That semester, Jake Morrison stopped being the quiet one. He became a legend, the human who treated a Category 9 death world simulation like a camping trip. Students came to him with questions about survival, adaptation, and a strange fearlessness that let humans thrive where others would perish. But Jake still sat in the back row. Some habits, even death worlders don't break. When asked later about his sudden popularity, Jake just shrugged in that quintessentially human way. I didn't do anything special. I just did what anyone would do. That's when the galaxy truly understood the terrifying reality of humans. On Earth, Jake Morrison wasn't a survivor. He wasn't a warrior. He wasn't exceptional. He was average. And if this was what humanity considered ordinary, the galaxy had severely underestimated just how dangerous humans really were.